So there are two Malatis?
Is Bhakti Swarup Damodar Goswami Maharaj's disciple.
So what early days are you referring to?
She said he was still, when Prabhupada was physically present,
really?
I think she...
Actually, I was living out in the country. It was back in the early 70s, and I was living in a place where there was no electricity. And this one young girl who I really, really, really liked. She was a lot of fun. And she had all these beautiful pictures of Krishna on her wall, and she had a picture of Srila Prabhupada. That picture of Srila Prabhupada was very stern, and he's saying, please chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. So she was a lot of fun, and I used to go over, and I'd always find myself going over and looking at these pictures. And so one day she said, do you know who that is? And I said, no. And she said, that's Krishna. And then I said, oh, who's Krishna? And so then she said, well, Krishna's God. And I went, oh, but I thought Jesus was God. And she said, well, he's the Son of God. And I went, oh, yeah, okay. That sounds nice. And then she told me, she said, you know, everything's perfect. Krishna made everything perfect, so there's nothing wrong with anything. Everything's perfect. You just shouldn't hurt anybody or anything. And that's how she preached to me. She didn't tell me anything about principles. I had already stopped eating meat. That was another story. But you know, it just came to the point where I understood that it was not a good thing to do. So I stopped. And then from there, I got a lot of mercy from Krishna. That's how, I think that's probably why Krishna let me know who he was. So, anyway, I really, really, really liked Krishna consciousness. And she told me to read Easy Journey to Other Planets, which I thought was really a cool book. And then I read Krishna book, I read Nectar of Devotion, I read Bhagavad Gita. And then she gave me some beads, and she told me to chant Hare Krishna. And I had a dream of Srila Prabhupada, and I was walking in an airport, and there was Srila Prabhupada, and he was talking to everybody. And I went, oh, look, everybody, that's Srila Prabhupada. Look. And so then Prabhupada said, who is our friend? So that was my dream. And then this is another time I was standing, this wasn't a dream, but of course, anyway, I was standing in front of Srila Prabhupada's Vyas, and I was saying, Prabhupada, are you really there on the Vyas? Are you really, really there? Prabhupada, are you really there? And I was just saying that over and over and over. And all of a sudden, I saw his head go like this. And I went, whoa, okay. And one time I used to do the DVD clothes, and this was in Hawaii, and I was like always in a mode of passion. I was rushing upstairs and hanging out the laundry, the little hankies and the Lord's clothes. And so I was thinking, and I was rushing through, and it was going through Prabhupada's museum. And Prabhupada was sitting there very like this, translating the books. And I was just charging through. And it just seemed like he was really there. And I felt real bad, so I offered my obeisances and tried to always remember to be respectful. But one of the things that really impressed me was how Prabhupada has so much compassion for everyone. And he taught, one of the things that's really been imprinted on my mind was the cows, and cow protection, agriculture and cow protection, Krisi Goraksha. Especially in this day and age, Krisi means the land, the plants, the seeds of life, and the animals, beginning with the cow and the bull. And it's actually the foundation of our movement, the land and the cows. It's actually the foundation of the whole material world. It's the cow comes right from from Lord Krishna's body. And he was a cowherd boy. So I really believe with all my heart that this community here could do so much, because we're in Texas. And the Texans, they listen. Cow protection. What did Govinda Dasi tell me about cow protection, what it means to a Texan? I think it just means like making sure that, I don't know, I don't think I can explain it the way Govinda Dasi said, but actually, cow protection needs to be spread here in Texas, because if the Texans took up cow protection, the whole planet would take up cow protection.
Haribol.
There's no possibility for peace unless we tame the Ugrashis. The Ugrashis mean the ugliest. You know, this is like the civilization that we're in now is a rude civilization. It's a horrible civilization. It's an embarrassment to human society that we as human beings would do such cruel things to the land and the cows. I mean, actually, Krishna is the male, and everyone else is female. So the first how the souls take birth is through the plant life. So, Chrissy, it's so important to protect the plant life because it's the first birth of the soul, and all creatures subsist on the plants. And if we don't protect the plant life, what to speak of what the consciousness of our future generations. And the cows, there's no possibility for peace in what we do to the cows. So this is one of the most important things that I chant my rounds. I know I have to chant my rounds. But one of the most important things is the land and the cows, and how important it is for the Vaishya community to protect the land and the cows.